Just looking at some financial newspapers full of really interesting news. Currency devaluations, companies raising money, to deal with their capital structure. Companies like Slack and valuation issues of the new economy and so on, government finances and so on. There's a lot going on at the moment. I mean, particularly now, with so much change. New industries, traditional industries, facing challenges and so on. My name is Malcolm Sullivan, and just a brief background on me. I worked in banks for about 17 years. I worked for a real estate consulting firm, doing the corporate finance side of real estate. And then for about the last 25 years, I've been doing nothing but financial training on a global basis, more than 60 countries in all areas of risk finance and structured finance. I'm here to tell you about a series of webinars that I am going to be running on the subject of financial and qualitative risk analysis as it applies to larger companies. So, why come on these courses? Who is this aimed for? Well, first of all, I'm going to assume that anybody who comes on here has got some familiarity with the structure of financial statements. But I'm expecting that you're a fairly early stage of your career and you need a holistic view of how you go about analysing a company. What are the benefits of you coming in here? Well, first of all, I think financial analysis is a skill that is transferable. Secondly, sometimes finances are a factor which may influence your choices. I'm going to make these affordable. Thirdly, I'm going to keep these concise. However, to really get the real benefits out of this, there's going to be exercises in there, which will allow you, to actually reinforce the knowledge that you'll get in the presentations. What's the content? An introduction. The introductory overview is free of charge. The others, of course, will be with some costs. What is going to be covered? First of all, qualitative risk analysis, very underestimated. We need to understand the business environment, the industry environment, political, regulatory environment, and importantly, we need to actually understand what sort of company management are we dealing with, because they're going to be driving the results of a business. We need to think about the financial statements. What is their value? What are their limitations? Can we trust the numbers? And related to that, if we're producing ratios, yes, we can do the mathematics. We've got to analyse them and think about whether they're useful. Are there other signs that we should be looking at to help us understand how our company is performing? We could have a company that is actually doing pretty well from an operational standpoint, but the capital structure is too aggressive. It could cause the company to fail. So we have to look not only at the operating performance of the company, we need to look at the capital structuring of the company. And to do this, we have to do forecasts. So when we do forecasts, we're going to have to think about maybe mistakes in forecasting, what are the tools that we can use to do a forecasting and so on. And part of the reason that we're doing this is because we know some companies will fail. You could be right 95% of the time, but your 5% wrong could wipe out all your earnings and more. So we need to look at the qualitative and quantitative elements about this. Now, why should you go on this course? Number one, it's holistic. I'm not just concentrating on one specific narrow area and teaching you how to use a computer. Secondly, I'm trying to give you, and I will give you, an overview of all the elements that need to go into a good financial analysis. Thirdly, I believe this will be a good investment of your time. I'm going to keep the presentation modules short. None of them will be more than about 20 minutes. And I'm going to give you relevant exercises where you can practice what you want. Now, of course, you don't have to do those exercises, but if you do them, it's going to strongly reinforce the messages that you'll get through the presentations. So again, this is a little bit different, because I'm not taking a narrow area. I'm giving you a holistic view in a short period of time at an affordable cost. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on the webinars.